All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Ichi. Welcome to Founder Series. Today we have Ineke Meredith. Ineke, you mentioned that you are a doctor, right? Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and your brand and how you started the journey?
Okay, so yes, Ineke Meredith. I hail from New Zealand actually, but currently living in Paris, and I am a surgeon. I finished med school and my surgical training 10 years ago. I'm specialized in general surgery and breast cancer and breast reconstruction. So yeah, that's what I spent now probably 20 years of my life training for and working
Yeah.
in. But about 4 or 5 years ago, I had a dog with dermatitis, and I also did a subspecialty training in skin and melanoma. So my dog with her dermatitis, we were at the vet every week.
Mm.
And any pet parent who has a dog who suffers from dermatitis will
Yeah.
understand this. Every week, dermatitis, antibiotics, steroids, drugs, blah blah blah, in this like horribly vicious circle for a very 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 long time.
Hmm.
And then one day, I had this thought. She was like nibbling at her paws, and I thought to myself, okay, I'm going to put socks on her feet so that she's not going to nibble at her paws. I mean, that made no sense, but actually, and then I thought to myself, my God, I remember this because
Right.
I remember having a patient who came into hospital like a 2-year-old, and his parents had put socks on his hands and his feet for his eczema. And I thought to myself, oh my God, yes, she's behaving like a dog she's behaving like a child with eczema.
Hmm.
But actually, we're not getting the same care we would get if she had been diagnosed with human eczema. In human eczema and human dermatitis, moisturization is the foundation of care. It is
Right.
the key to management, and actually that was not existent at all in
Mm.
this space.
Right.
So that was the birth of my side hustle then, which is called Fur Love, and we make canine dermocosmetics targeted at dogs who have dermatitis and skin problems, but actually we're suitable for all dogs actually.
Right.
This was our entry point. So actually the side hustle became my main hustle, and so this is what I'm working on 24/7 now.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I love that founders started to solve their own problem, and that's why you have the passion, dedication to the business. I love your story. So, how's
Oh,
the
thank
journey
you.
so far? Like, fast forward, like it's
So, I mean,
busy.
fast forward now, launched in New Zealand about 4 years ago. Actually, was really during COVID, and
Mm.
that was tough, of course, for any business owner who was launching through COVID. But actually, in New Zealand, you were not allowed to trade. And you were not allowed to trade at all unless you were vital, something important for like pharmaceuticals, etc. So we were
Hmm.
not allowed to trade. So at that point, I decided, okay, fine, I'm a surgeon and I want to exist in a space that is essential. So I started a clinical trial. So we started a clinical study with vets to
Right.
prove that we
Right.
are essential. So this
Hmm.
is where we're different from a lot of other brands you find for dogs. Actually, just like as a woman, you go into the pharmacy and you're reading through your creams
Right.
and whatever, 70% reduction in redness, 50% reduction improvement in skin elasticity, da da
Hmm.
da. This is exactly what I want for our products. So we ran a
Mm.
study to show that actually, okay, there's 60% reduction in redness, 60% reduction in itching, just the way we consume as humans the beauty products. So, okay, the question was, how has it been? It's been a freaking roller coaster. It's a roller coaster.
I hear you.
Launching COVID, had the study, but the study, to be honest, it's really been our launching pad.
Right.
Now we're sold and recommended by veterinarians. We're in France now, launched in France end of last year, and just trying to roll out through Europe now. But it's a tough journey. It's really tough. It would be easier for me just to stay a surgeon.
No, I hear you. No, I hear you. Like that's the entrepreneurship. I totally understand. So, like, let's say, looking back the last few years of journey, is there like one thing that you wish you knew earlier?
Is there one thing? I mean, there's so many things. Well, I suppose when I had the side hustle idea,
Right.
I took a business coach because I was medical at that time. I took a business coach, and the business coach said to me, "Okay, how much money do you think you want to spend on this?" And at that moment, I thought, "Okay, just like 20,000. Okay, fine. But okay, well, that's not at all possible. Like, it's not at all possible. No way. No way." So you have this, I didn't know how big it would be, and I really don't regret it, but it's enormous. The commitment is enormous,
Right.
mentally, financially. And of course, you have to believe in it. And, I decided one day there was only one person that was going to make this work, and it would be me.
Yeah.
And this is why I decided, well, actually, I love medicine and I love surgery. I really adored it. But we had the chance to be in a space that is not existent, and change something. So I took the leap.
That's awesome. Like I totally hear you. I mean like it's the business it gets easier. Like I don't know if it gets actually that easy, but like it slowly things start rolling. So like it gets a little bit easier than like last year, but it will
Yes.
never be super easy. But I understand it. So let's speaking of easier. Like if you could make your life about 10% easier this year, what would that be? Like, do you think it will be money? Do you think it will be resource, technology?
Yeah, yeah.
What
I
do you
mean, of course, money and resource. I feel like, we're really living on fumes right now. We've got a small team. We're working really across France, across Europe. But we're developing traction. We've got real traction. There's just not enough of us. So I mean, of course, money and resource. There's no doubt about that. And in fact, we're just getting ready for a raise now,
Right.
which is another stress on its own and another just something that just takes time.
Right.
But I must say, for a long time, for probably 1 to 2 years, I really was just consumed by this. I was up to, all night calling the other side of the world because we work across New Zealand and France. And then I decided, you know what, it's going to take as long as it takes, and I have to take some time off.
Right.
So I said, okay, fine, Saturday I'm not working anymore. And that was after 2 years of working 24/7 actually. And I have to be able to enjoy the journey,
Yeah.
and not just kill myself getting to the end.
I agree with you. I think this is a lesson I learned myself. I've been working pretty much nonstop for the last like 2, 3 years, and I talking to a bunch of other founders. One thing that we had learned in common is like we need to like enjoy the journey a little bit more along the way. This is a part of your journey too. Like obviously we want to make the business work, but you want to enjoy the journey so it can go long term, like a marathon, not just a quick sprint and burn
Yeah,
out.
exactly.
Yeah.
And it is a journey, and if we're not enjoying it, then
Yeah.
what's the point?
I hear you. So obviously, like you want to grow the brand like in this year and all the next 5 years. When you think about growth, like what do you think is the biggest unlock that you are chasing?
What do you mean?
Like, are you talking about like when you're talking about growth, are you talking about like digital ads, like Facebook ads, Google ads, organic, influencer? Like what kind of growth channels do you think you want to unlock?
We have the fortune to exist uniquely in both a clinical space, so we're with veterinarians, and we are on an e-commerce space. So for us, growth means existing, and actually, COVID kind of taught us this. You kind of need to exist in multi-channels, right? You can't be
Right.
in one.
Right.
So, I feel very lucky that we exist in both. So, of course, the key to unlocking is, yes, getting a better revenue on ad spend. We've got ads running through Meta, and as you say. which have good return for us. But we dog owners, they need the recommendation from professionals.
Right.
So I think the thinking is not quite there yet for humans with dogs. People go, well, actually my dog doesn't need skincare. This is crazy. This is just another fad. But actually it's very important. Even if you think from the point of view of hygiene, they live in your house. They're on the street, they're walking, they're rolling in the grass, they're rolling in the mud, and then they come and they lie on our beds and on our couches. So we kind of have this thing, we exist in this moment where we're also having to educate the audience. And that's tough.
Right.
But actually, well, fortunately, we are accompanying this natural evolution in society where dogs are existing like part of the family. So that's good. We're part of that sort of movement. But at the same time, we have to have that vet recommendation. So for us, it's being omnipresent. It is, being in the correct veterinarians. We're working with veterinarian dermatologists. We're working with top general veterinarians. We're working with retailers. We've got salespeople on the ground, and then we're e-com.
Awesome. Well, like that's like similar to people talking about going to retails. Like instead of going to retails, you are going like selling to vets and then doctors. That's like an interesting channel. Yeah. Like how are you approaching that? Like are you like door to door, knocking on the door and then sell to them? Like how are you approaching
Unfortunately, that? Yeah. But it's a tough channel, and I understand it because I'm a surgeon, so I understand skepticism because I'm terrible. I would have been one of those horrible surgeons that would not talk to any sales reps or anything, the operating theatre. But they're time poor, they're high pressured, so they are a difficult channel. The one thing is that, well, I'm a surgeon, so that's got some weight, and we have a clinical study, but it is very much it's door to door. We're in salons, veterinarian expos, talking to vets, and actually aesthetically we don't look like their plastic bottles, their plastic medicated bottles on the shelf. So surprisingly, we've got a very interested veterinarian audience because they know our products appeal to their customers.
Right.
But at the same time, it's tough when you expect somebody else to be selling for you. We're relying on the veterinarians to sell us, and that's a double-edged sword. But for now it's working, and while that's working, we'll just profit from that.
Right. I hear you. If you could like snap your finger and fix one operational bottleneck, what do you think would that be?
It would be our logistics.
Logistics? Okay.
Oh yeah, it would be our logistics. Fine. We suffer from this whole supply chain issue that anybody and everybody who operates in transport and supply, and that's a huge problem for us. We have ingredients that have to come from New Zealand. We are air shipping sometimes. We're sea freighting sometimes. Sometimes our container gets offloaded in another port somewhere, Hong Kong, Singapore. We've got supply chain issues here. That's a huge daily toil, actually. There's a lot of time and a lot of work that goes into that, and it's very frustrating because you just feel like it's not growing your business. You're sitting emailing people, customers who have orders delayed, all these things that it's not going towards the actual growth of the company. That's a tough. That's a real tough Vicky right now.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, like I think a lot of founders feel the same. Like the pain, the logistics, and especially with the tariff situation, like in the States, it's like even more hassle. Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
Well, so what do you think is your vision, like 1 year out, 5 year out, and 10 year out for your business?
Well, we've got a European rollout happening in the next 12 months. We uniquely have bases in New Zealand and France, and France is very European facing and New Zealand's very Asia facing. So, we're just working to increase our visibility and open our face to those countries.
Right.
Um, so that really just strong growth over the next 12 months, a raise to
Mm.
get people on the ground, um, to improve our cost of goods, of course, because everything is bootstrapped today. And
Mm.
of course, I'm operating on minimum order quantities, which are minimum. So we can't have the best, can't get our lowest cog possible and improve our margins. We're working with distributors now and they want 70% margins, so really you're compromising a lot just to get your foot in the door,
Right.
hoping that it's going to be enough to get us to improve our margins, just kind of spread thin, spreading budgets all over the place. But really we're on a of course, ultimate founder vision is to exit, to be able to exit. But, actually the reason I started this is to change the way that people look after their dogs
Right.
and really start something new in the canine space, which is just basic skincare. It didn't, even veterinarians don't recommend it normally. The first line has been traditionally drugs and whatever expensive treatments, but actually we know that in humans daily moisturization and care reduces the requirement for drugs. So this is actually what we're trying to achieve. Just better care and improvement in quality of life.
Right. No, I 100% hear you. Like, I love the vision. Well, that's the wrap, and I wish you all the success in 2015, 2025, and all in the next 10 years and long term as well.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much for your time, Anik.
Thanks for the
Um,
time.